The evacuation alarm screamed through Station Kepler 186, its red lights painting the corridors in blood-colored urgency. Emily Chen stood at the shuttle ramp, her diplomatic credentials clutched in one hand, staring down at the obstacle that shouldn't exist. 3 Vexari cubs, each no larger than a human toddler, sat blocking the entrance ramp with their furry bodies, their 6 eyes gleaming with unmistakable determination. "Dr. Chen, we must leave now." Commander Vask's voice crackled through her comm unit, his reptilian accent thick with stress. "The station's orbit is decaying. 17 minutes until catastrophic failure." Emily didn't move. Behind the cubs in the station's nursery section, she could hear the panicked chittering of their mother. The Vexari female was trapped beneath a collapsed support beam, her leg twisted at an unnatural angle. "I can't, Commander," Emily said quietly. "What do you mean you can't?" Vask's voice rose an octave. "You're human. Your species wrote the evacuation protocols. You demand we follow them." That was true. After the Terran Coalition had lost an entire research team in the Proxima disaster, humans had insisted on strict evacuation procedures across all multi-species stations. No exceptions, no delays. When the alarm sounded, you left. Milo Rodriguez appeared beside her, his engineer's toolkit still strapped to his belt. His dark eyes assessed the situation in seconds. "The cubs won't move until their mother does," he said. "Standard Vexari pack behavior." "I am aware of Vexari behavior, Mr. Rodriguez," Commander Vask snapped. "I am also aware that beam weighs 400 kilograms. Now both of you board immediately. That's an order." Emily knelt slowly, meeting the nearest cub's multiple eyes. The small creature made a low thrumming sound, not threatening but protective. Pleading. "How much time to move the beam?" she asked Milo. He was already running calculations on his forearm display. "With proper equipment and 2 people? 8 minutes. Maybe 7 if we're lucky." "We have 17. Minus the time to board, seal the shuttle, and achieve safe distance," Milo countered. "That leaves us maybe 9 minutes of margin. If anything goes wrong, then we don't let anything go wrong." Commander Vask's silence stretched for 3 long seconds. When he spoke again, his voice carried the weight of resignation. "This is insanity. Humans are supposed to be the logical ones, the ones who follow procedures. We're also the stubborn ones," Emily said, already moving past the cubs toward the nursery. They parted for her, their tiny bodies pressing against her legs in what might have been gratitude. The mother Vexari, named Thessica, chittered weakly when Emily appeared. Her translator struggled with the Vexari's strained vocalizations, but the meaning was clear. "Save the cubs, leave me." "Not happening," Emily said firmly. She positioned herself at one end of the beam while Milo took the other. On 3, they lifted. The beam didn't budge. 14 minutes, Vask reported, his voice tight. Milo adjusted his grip, his engineer's mind already solving the problem. "We need leverage, not strength." "Emily, that support strut, angle it under the beam." She understood immediately. While he held his position, she wedged the fallen strut beneath the beam, creating a makeshift lever. Together they pushed. The beam shifted. 5 centimeters, 10. Thessica pulled her leg free with a cry of pain, but she was moving. The cubs swarmed her immediately, supporting their mother's weight as she limped toward the shuttle. 11 minutes, Vask said. "Humans I am. Beginning to understand why your species terrifies the Council." Emily and Milo ran. The station groaned around them, metal shrieking as structural integrity failed section by section. They reached the ramp just as Thessica and her cubs disappeared into the shuttle's interior. The shuttle doors hissed shut behind them with 4 minutes to spare. As they strapped in, Emily caught Milo's eye. He was grinning despite the sweat pouring down his face. "We just violated about 15 protocols," he said. 16, Commander Vask corrected from the pilot's seat as the shuttle launched. Through the viewport, Station Kepler 186 crumbled behind them, breaking apart in silent slow motion. "The Council will demand an explanation." Thessica chittered softly, her translator finally catching up. "Why? Why would you risk this? Protocols exist for reason. Your lives matter more than 3 cubs and their mother?" Emily interrupted gently. "Not to us." The Vexari's multiple eyes blinked in sequence, their expression of profound confusion. "But the protocols, the logic, you humans wrote them. You insist all species follow them." Milo unbuckled, moving to check Thessica's injured leg. "We did write them. They're good protocols. They save lives, but Thesika pressed. Emily smiled. But we're human. We break our own rules when breaking them is right. That's probably why we terrify the Council. Commander Vask made a sound that might have been laughter in his species. The Council fears humans not because you're strong or advanced. They fear you because you're unpredictable. You'll follow logic until suddenly you won't, and no one can predict when that switch occurs. It's not unpredictable, Emily said, watching the cubs huddle against their mother. We follow the rules until the rules would make us less human. Then we do what humans do, which is whatever it takes, Milo said simply, for anyone who needs us. The shuttle accelerated toward the distant rescue ships carrying its crew of rule breakers and the family they'd refused to leave behind. Behind them, the station's fragments glittered in the starlight like scattered diamonds, beautiful and dangerous and entirely irrelevant now. In the cargo hold, 3 small cubs thrummed contentedly, already learning an important lesson about their human crewmates. Orders were just suggestions when someone needed help, and humans were very good at helping.